Hi, this is Patrick. Today I'm going to show you how to add an assessment to your Moodle site. This is not an in-depth presentation on assessments, but it's going to be just a short how do I import an existing question bank and display it. I did find out on the web there was this site here that would go into quite a bit of depth as to all the different question types that you can add. We're only going to be concerned about this small subset of questions, and really we just have two. There's a lot of different options, so it just becomes a little confusing on how you would remember to go back into this if you haven't done this for a while. So this is just a short refresher on how to do that. Just to walk through how it's going to work. Just show you that we're going to be creating a course. We're going to add a quiz to that course. We're going to add the question bank, put all the questions in the question bank into a new category, import the questions, remove the questions from the document that were not successful, and I'll tell you why when we get to that point, and then edit the quiz and add the questions from the question bank, and finally you can display the assessment to someone. So as you can see here, we are in the site. There's a few issues with the graphics right now from an upgrade that went a little haywire. But right now, all we need to do is just add a new course. So let's just go into Site Administration, Courses, Add and Edit Course. We're just going to call this Test 3 is what we're going to call this. So Test 3. And Test 3 for the short name as well. Now, since this is just going to be an assessment and not anything else, we're going to choose the topics format here. We're going to set the topics down to 0. That way there's only a single item underneath that. We're going to save changes. And now the course will be created. Here you can obviously enroll students, but we're not going to be doing that. So we're just going to click back on tests. I guess I called it test, not test 3. And now what we can do is we can add the assessment. And you do that by going down, choosing quiz, and add. And give that a second while that loads. We're just going to call this test test 3 as well. So we're not being all that descriptive. One thing you do want to change here is under the layout area. You want to change this to be, let's see, never all questions on one page. So yeah, this is the option that we usually choose. Now, if you have an assessment that's hundreds of questions long, you may want to block it into 50. Especially with longer ones, you don't want to do it one page at a time. That becomes very annoying to try to go through that. And that's pretty much the only other option that we need to select here. So we're going to do save and return to course. So now we're going to actually import the items into the question bank. And in order to do that, we go under question banks and we're going to do import. Now the trick here is, in order to be able to find your questions later on, is to create a new category. So let's back up just for a second, click on categories here. Sometimes if you want it all in the same group, you can do that, but in this case I'm going to create a category called Test 3, and then all my Test 3 questions will go into my Test 3 category, making it easy to find later on. So now we click on Import, choose Aiken format. This format is the format that these questions are already set up in. It's a very simple format where it just says the question, the answers, and then the correct answer. We're going to choose that. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to take that file and drop it right into here. It's going to choose it, and we're going to click on import. Now, what I've done is I've introduced some errors into the file, so that it's going to hopefully have some problems. And it looks like it did not have any problems, so that's kind of cool. Test 1. Oh, I see. I didn't actually save my questions. Well, that's okay. Let's just continue on. So we have 2 questions in there. I did have some errors in there. So one thing you want to realize is that if you do see an error during the import, the other question has already been imported. It says that it's importing here, and so it seems like I have to hit the continue button in order to save those questions, but those questions have actually already been added. So if we were to have an error, say in line 2, we would go back, get rid of the first one, since it's already successfully imported, and then fix the issue here. So 3 issues that I've run into so far. One is you got little weird characters here. You see this little dash right here? That will completely mess it up. The other thing is that this thing is case sensitive, so the your responses need to be in the correct case, as well as the answer. So this looks correct, but it needs to be in uppercase. And then save that, and then it'll start working. In this case, we didn't need to, so we're just going to press continue. Next thing we want to do is add these items into the correct. For some reason, this didn't go into the right category, so we're going to choose test 3, and we're going to move it into that category. And then here, let's go back to tests. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually edit the exam itself. So here is the exam item that we created. I'm going to click on this guy. We're going to edit the quiz. And this is where things get a little confusing, especially the first couple times that you're doing this. And then so we're going to pick these 2 questions. These are the new ones that just got added. You can see that it's empty. And then we're going to pick add to quiz here. And once it's added to the quiz, we should be good to go. I'm not sure why this is pushing down so far. It's because my screen is pretty narrow. And then once that is done, let's go back here to test 3, and we're going to attempt the quiz now. And you can see that we've gotten both questions showing, and we can also take that test. And we can see that 1 was saved, 2 was saved, submit and finish, submit. And that's pretty much it. That's all you got to remember about doing that. You can see I got this one wrong, and I got this one wrong. So anyway, thank you for watching today, and have a good day.